Welcome, travelers, to another episode of Fandom Station. I'm your host, Maverick, and this is my co host, Evil Deeds. Today, this
Hello.
episode will be covering season 3 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. So, before we did Ishra, and now we'll be doing That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime season 3. We've both watched this show for a long time. I just recently caught up last year. And this is one of the hottest shows coming out right now, so I think it'd be a good idea to watch this one and cover it for the whole season.
Yes.
Yeah. Not. Do you know if it's gonna be 24 or 12 episodes? I would expect 24 episodes, right?
I think it's 12 actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
I can
disappointing.
check.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, I don't think it's confirmed yet. Actually,
It depends. The Meg
oh, it's
limits
24.
go.
It's 24. It's 24.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's such a relief. That means we're gonna be having this for a good long while. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
I think since this is so long, we have to weave other stuff in it though.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have to. Well, maybe on the slower episodes we'll do like half and half, or just like the loud part of the video will be about that time getting reincarnated slam where we just pick a topic, because there's bound to be some episodes where not much happens. Oh, maybe there won't. Maybe there won't be. It could be like that one season done match I keep on talking about, or just a bunch of stuff just.
The latest season.
The later season, yeah.
It was just thing after thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find a way. Maybe we'll condense it. If something like really, if the slow parts, maybe not slow at all, but like the slow parts, we're condensing into a 2 episode. I mean, a 2-part of 1 episode.
What's crazy is the Danmachi thing. It legit went from like, oh, there's a murder on the loose to we're fighting the dungeon's god that he created to kill us.
It went from like they were finding a slightly unusual monster that could like strategize, or like something else happens where like they're finding this like 2-headed Hydra beast, and then this like, all right, we gotta fight the dungeon's own personal hitman, which is actually just giant skeleton monster that can wipe out an entire guild in one go. It's like, oh, escalation.
And that was all in one season. The first core, the second core is literally them and him. They're in the right castle.
It wasn't the same fight, but it was like they kept on fighting. Like it never got breather because, like, if I'm not wrong, they went to the dungeon in, like, episode 3. They did not get out of there until like episode 24.
At the very end of the 2 cores.
Yeah.
They literally went to the they fell into the most dangerous part of the dungeon and had to fight their way out of it, bro.
Well, they went to the Coliseum where just like these just monsters that keep on regenerating.
It's just repeat monsters, man.
Like, I mean, that season was crazy. If you just look at the other seasons compared to the latest season, I'm like, I don't know. This is a different show just in terms of just how much action it was. I guess I don't know.
They had like 2 breaks over both cores, like 2, bro. It literally just went like how you like to talk about solo leveling. You just Bill Cornell just had to lock in. That's it.
Yeah. No, man,
Locked in.
No shade to solo leveling, but if it was solo leveling, it would be just general like just stumping. Oh, maybe not stumping. You probably would struggle, but it would just be just general in his shadow armor. They would be the dungeon.
Then we would lose, get beat up, and then just somehow find a way to win
by himself, because that's what
by himself.
Like,
the amount of disrespect. Hold on, I just got to say this. The amount of disrespect to Idris. Not Idris. What was his name? It wasn't Idris, wasn't it? Idris. The amount of disrespect to my boy Idris, who literally bounced his body off of the concrete, bro, is insane. It's insane.
No disrespect. So long, he generally would struggle, but he would like It'll be mostly him doing all. There wouldn't be all these. We gotta get was it Wealth to forge a new sword. Man, we need Haruhime to use a special spell. No, it'll just be Jinru, just doing Jinru things the whole time.
It can just be Jinwoo. He goes into a fight, says how much stronger the boss is, loses for like 3 minutes, and then just dogs him for the rest of the runtime of
You're
that
like, yo,
episode.
and you'd be like, man, I'm really struggling. And he's like, I got a guy for that. I got a shadow for that. I got a shadow because like
Like,
as the series goes on, you probably not at this point, but like he gathers a lot of shadows under him with various abilities. You can probably presume. So it's just like whenever he has a weakness, he just covers it up with a shadow he fought, and defeated and got there. And got them into his army. So it's still interesting that way. And he has to. It's like a Pokemon trainer, and he has to use his shells effectively. So it's not all boring. It's not. I mean, it's not boring in the sense like it's all the same thing. Just him using his daggers, because he does have a really wide set of like monsters he can call on when he needs them.
I say this with full disrespect. Jinwoo's only advantage is in coolness.
Anyway, this is not a Soul Loving nor Dunmanchi podcast. This is that time I got reincarnated as slime.
Let's get the news.
Yeah. Yeah. About that. I definitely got some news. My Hero Academia, your next film's second teaser video introduces Dark Might villain.
Okay, next. I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of that means.
There's a new movie coming out for My Hero Academia. It's gonna be the fourth movie, and the villain
Why
of
are
that.
there so many movies?
Naruto has like 16 movies,
and no one knows any of them.
I know a few. There's like that one, and there's Naruto the movie.
I think the only movie that people will readily point out is the final or the last. That's the only Naruto movie that people actually know.
It has a pretty recognizable title. It's like, okay, what was the last Naruto movie? Naruto to Boruto. Actually, but like you know what I mean. Like Naruto, because I mean technically the last Naruto movie was Naruto to Boruto, so the title needs a bit of work. Okay, so this is the fourth movie of My Hero Academia. The plot is called Your Next, and the plot is basically there's this villain who, when All Might lost, I mean not lost, when All Might fought off one, spoilers, and beat off one, and he lost the last embers of Once for All. He pointed to Deku and said, "You're next." So, but the plot of this movie is that somebody else took that like statement from All Might and thought he was talking about him instead. So this is probably gonna be a villain who idolizes All Might, but took a different like meaning and philosophy from that than like Deku, and he's just like, oh, I want to be all.
So we're getting a worse stain. Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, when you put it like that, it's kind of like if Stain, instead of doing his own thing to support All Might, he decided this villain just decided to become All Might. Like he like got plastic surgery or something to look just like All Might. So it's like an All Might clone, but like not really. And I was really on board with the movie. I was seeing the second teaser, especially. I was seeing all these new characters that were introduced, and they all look cool. And they always like any villain group when they first introduced looks cool, super cool. Like, I don't know, the Spada, the Akatsuki, Phantom Troop, they all look cool when they're first being introduced. So I was like, oh man, that's some cool, those some cool characters. But then he said what his name was. He said. I don't even speak Japanese, but in the trailer was in Japanese. But he said Dark Might Konodeya Konti or something like that. I was like, okay, I'm not sure about this movie now because he just called himself Dark Might. I'm like I died because on multiple levels, not even just like because it's lame or whatever. It's because like if you think you're the hero, why would you call yourself Dark? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you call yourself Dark Might?
I don't know, man.
It's like if Goku Black is like, oh, I am Goku Black. And Goku Black doesn't call himself Goku Black. People around him called him Goku Black. That's the difference.
Oh, Goku.
Well, how would you say Watashi wa Dark Might? That's how you say it, right? Yeah.
Or Boku Kanaito.
Yeah, there's different ways to say it. Or it's like oi, or like or like or is another way to say like or. I think it's orwa because like or is a very like masculine way of saying your name. I'm not sure. Or yeah, I think
like
so.
Luffy. Like I don't know why I just has he said that an extreme amount? I feel like he has for me to remember. Luffy.
Yeah. And I pick up. I only know. Maybe I should start just studying Japanese. But like, I just know like Watashi wa is how you usually like introduce yourself. But anyway, let's on to the next. Well, actually,
context. They're all in different contexts.
Yeah.
I think Watashi wa is formal Boku you use around friends, maybe.
Oh, so you're not excited for the new movie? I go after hearing about it.
I don't know. All I really want from a movie is like a movie about how All Might got hurt.
That would be cool, a Flash movie. But like, you couldn't put Deku in all Class A in it then, Class 1A.
That's the point.
All right, moving on. Disney CEO Bob Iger states company will roll out password sharing restrictions on Disney Plus in June.
Yes, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm sorry, I'm just very bored.
that is kind of boring. I mean, neither of us have Disney Plus, right? So it won't really affect us. But then again, this is for people who don't have Disney Plus who still use passwords.
It said we were going to restrict password sharing.
Yes, they're going to restrict password sharing in June.
Oh my goodness, it's another fucking Netflix. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, oh my God, how much money are these companies really losing? Like y'all got billionaires. Y'all just pay your billionaires less.
You literally have revenue from multiple streams, and you're concerned about one or two people sharing passwords. You make billions of dollars a year, my mans. Come on now, it ain't that serious.
Yeah, man. I actually don't have much to say about this one. Next thing. Speaking about Netflix, Netflix adds Makoto Shinkai's Suzume film to their like library, which I'm actually pleasantly surprised by. I'm like,
I don't know what that is.
Okay, this is the same. I guess you haven't seen Your Name, so you wouldn't know. But Your Name, you know how big Your Name is. And this is from the this is from the same director who made Your Name. So I think I might watch it since it's on Netflix.
Right. So you can get sad.
I don't know. It's kind of fun. It's kind of funny, but like I don't know. Sometimes people want to watch sad movies. Okay. I can't explain it. It's called
Let me load up Your Name. Maybe watch some July in April. Maybe watch some How I Ate Your Pancreas. Some it's simple shit like that, bro. Like, what is up with sad movies and just the weirdest naming choice, bro?
I feel like the only one that really applies to is I want to eat your pancreas. Like,
I want to eat your pancreas. Your name means nothing. It literally means nothing.
I don't. Yeah, I forget. I mean, if I heard the reason why it's called that, I forgot. But it's pretty catchy. It's pretty memorable. Your name, you instantly know what you're talking. What's
I don't even think was his lie even in April.
I haven't seen one, so maybe he was. It's possible. It's probably some kind of complex metaphor we are too dumb to understand.
He was a piano player. That's it. I think. Is that him?
Oh yeah. I think it's about piano playing or just general music playing. I haven't seen the anime, but like, I think I guess they do kind of have weird talents. Because I was thinking about this other one I seen called Sing Yesterday for me. I think that was
What? Yesterday, like you can't look at this Maverick. You can't listen to these names and say, "Okay, yeah, that makes complete sense in accordance to what the show is about."
Yeah, I always think I'm gonna figure out what the title means by the end of the show, and then like half the time I don't, because I still don't know what "Sing Yesterday" for me is supposed to mean.
Like, man,
Is
it's
that
just like
is that a Beatles reference? The Beatles, because the Beatles have a song called "Yesterday." I'm like, was this song? Was this? I don't think this was even about music. I don't know. The main character was like a photographer. I don't know. I don't know why it's called "Sing Yesterday" for me.
ironically, the two romance shows that I would watch have names that perfectly fit the show. Comey can't communicate. She literally is too socially nervous to communicate and stand in situations. Kaguya-sama, Love is War. It's literally like a war between these two who love each other. Like the two romance shows that I would watch are both comedies, and their names are straightforward.
Okay,
Like,
I think we're seeing some pattern here. It's like if you want you want to get either of these to watch a romance show, make it a very catchy and also straightforward title.
what all I'm saying is, I'm not finna turn on Crunchyroll or whatever and watch I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Okay?
Yeah, the
I'm
only
not gonna watch that.
the only reason I watched that because it was in a watch party. I was like, "What y'all watching?" I went to eat Perkins. I was like, "I'm lonely. Cool, I'll watch it." Okay, next up, more Marvel manga collaborations teased in 2024.
I will read that now that I'm reading manga. I will read it.
Uh, my have you checked out the Ultimate X-Men run? It's very much like a manga now, but it's like colored.
I will read it. Maybe.
What was I going to say? Oh, I was thinking there's a speaking of like Western media being adapted into manga. Did you know Stitch has a manga?
Like Lilo and Stitch?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. So I saw it one day randomly in the store, and apparently from what I can gather, he gets sent to like feudal era Japan and like meets a samurai and like
What?
like if you're going to Japan, you might as well go all the way.
Why does this character look like she's from the Boondocks?
Wait, are you looking it up?
I'm looking at the cover of the manga. I think there's
No,
multiple. Yeah, there's
no.
Stitch and the Samurai, and there's another manga called Stitch Diary for BFFs.
Yeah, apparently Japanese people love Stitch. I get it. I think it makes sense, but like, it's just they really like Stitch because Stitch has his own anime, and I
Okay, I
guess
will say Stitch is a really good character, but this much is unprecedented. Why is Stitch with a samurai? I really need the answer to this. I need to talk to the author. I need to see why I see Stitch posted up with like four samurai on the ground and the main character on a horse just looking at him. I need context to this.
yeah,
I know
it
he's an
makes
alien. I know he may have been alive longer than Lilo,
no,
but
no, it doesn't make sense because I'm worried about Disney, so I remember the childhood shows I watched. I know that Stitch arrived in Earth for the first time when he met Lilo in Hawaii.
that's what they said. That's what was proclaimed by the Cyclops and the Fat Man.
You mean Pleakley and Jumba?
Yeah, I'm not remembering their names. I love them though. They're good characters. I just can't remember their names.
I told you to about this because like I'm not especially a fan of Lilo and Stitch. It's just I don't know. I just these memories just hang on. Like I remember like cartoon names better than I do with some people I know in real life.
I reserved like 50 to 60% of my brain memory for like cartoon shows. That's why I
Uh,
can't remember names.
yeah. I mean, I might check this out now. I'm curious again. I remember seeing that. I was like, okay, that's a neat thing. But now I'm thinking about. Well, I really think about why is he? Well, how did he be a samurai? It doesn't make sense. Like he would
Yeah,
have to
is
like.
this just an alternate universe? Is that what this is?
I don't know. In the show, it's not alternate universe. In the show, he just for some reason I think Lilo and him part ways, and he decides to go and he just
There's a show for this?
no. And I'm talking about the anime. I'm talking about that.
Oh,
I'm talking about the anime.
there's an anime?
Yeah, there's a Stitch anime. It's called Stitch with an exclamation mark.
What the fuck? All
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I gotta dig
Yeah,
into
so
this rabbit
yeah,
hole.
I'll dig into I've dug into the rabbit hole and it goes deep. And so like I think the anime has like I don't know a few seasons, but like yeah. But, oh,
Hold
also
on a damn second. Is
there's
this
a
Lilo? I
no
just
no.
realized.
Did you see Adult Lilo?
This look up Stitch Diary for BFFs. This is supposed to be Lilo.
Let me see.
She has the Honolulu dress. What? This is insane. Why did you bring this up?
Wait, no,
She
wait,
has the exact same dress.
oh no, that makes it even weird. No, that girl is not Lilo. Her name is like Yuna or something. So I'm not sure why why she's wearing a Hawaiian dress still. I guess that's to make confuse people. But no, like Lilo grows up and Horse Stitch like grow apart. He goes like he goes away but crashes in Japan and meets this new girl called like I don't know her name. Yuna. Oh, I was right. Man, how do I remember this stuff? Her name is Yuna. Her name is Yuna. So he meets Yuna, and they just basically do a Stitch part two where he becomes part of her family instead. Like in like even Pleakley and Jumbo even follow him, and they become part of the family as well. They just make one Ohana, but in Japan this time.
What is this? Why is this a thing?
I don't know, but like it gets even weirder because there's a Chinese Stitch as well. Like a Chinese animation with Stitch in it. Well, he meets a new kid and becomes part of that Ohana. Ohana means family in like Hawaii. Just like yeah,
Ohana.
which is
Ohana means family.
that's a
I
good
can't do the
translation.
voice.
That's better than mine. But yeah. I don't know. I guess the East loves Stitch. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly why. They just do.
What in the world, man? I didn't know this was a rabbit hole that could be explored, but okay.
Like Stitch has got more mileage than Disney probably ever expected. Yeah, I
So
mean, yeah.
what's next? What's next? We need to go.
Let's, let's see. I remember seeing something about. Oh, here it is. Attack on Titan's Hajime Isayama and the voice actor Yuki Kanji create manga one shot.
Okay, well, this could either go really well or really horrible. What's it about?
Main creator Hajime Isayama and voice actor Yuki Kanji, Attack on Titan's Eren, announced on Wednesday that they are collaborating on a one-shot manga spin-off of Soyogi Fractal, Kanji's project celebrating the 20th anniversary of his voice acting debut. Isayama is drawing the thumbnail storyboard draft for the manga, while Kanji is writing the story. The manga will debut in Kodansha's weekly shonen magazine in Bitsatsu Shonen magazine this summer.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah. So it's basically to sum up, too long didn't read. Isayama is collaborating with the voice actor Yuki Kaji, who was Eren in Attack on Titan, which he drew and wrote to make a manga celebrating Yuki Kaji's career.
Oh, he's making a manga of his career.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's basically just of it. I don't know. That was interesting. Like, I didn't. I don't know. It's cool
Is
to
this the
see.
first time someone's getting a manga of their career?
I don't know. Probably not. But it's cool seeing mangaka like partner up with the voice actor to his main character. I'm like, hey yo, I'm going to draw this manga for you.
Hey, give me an Akira Toriyama manga, bro.
Yeah, he probably has done something like that. Well, he puts himself in his manga all the time with this Torybot mascot.
With what?
He has Kiritama has his mascot called Torybot, which is basically a robot like dressed in like a suit that like shows up in various things he's made, like Dragon Ball and
Wait,
Dark Slump.
this little weird robotic character is based on him?
Yes, that's
What?
yeah, that's how Toriyama sees himself. I don't know
Bro
about
looks
that.
like an awkwardly shy robot.
You know that kind of makes sense.
As a character in Doctor Slump. Oh, what you gonna say?
I said Toriyama. He's a machine.
Uh, for this is on Comic Vine. This is the description they have for Toribot. As a character in Doctor Slump and many other Toriyama works, Toribot is often used to represent Akira Toriyama himself in a comedic manner. Toribot is regarded as the ultimate ruler of the Dragon Ball world, surpassing the likes of Zeno and the Angels. He also appears in the Blue Dragon universe as a representative of Toriyama, though this is named Trippo.
Mm,
Oh,
okay.
Torippo. Not Trippo, Torippo.
Okay. It's interesting. I didn't know about the Dragon Crest part, but he did draw the artwork. He did like design the characters for that. Huh. All right, man. Let's see what's next. So you probably don't know much about this, but the first Slam Dunk movie has been put on Blu-ray disc. Well, will be put on Blu-ray disc on June 25th.
Yay! Let's go! I can watch anime basketball, I guess,
I mean,
on
you say
Blu-ray.
yeah, don't downplay anime basketball. It gets pretty hype.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna watch. I need to finish Haikyuu.
What are you
I
about to
don't know if
say?
I'm really watching
What,
this
what are you
anime.
about to say? I don't think I'm ever going to watch a sports anime and didn't remember Haikyuu.
Yeah, I just remembered Haikyuu. Haikyuu
Yeah.
wasn't even bad. I don't know why I haven't finished Haikyuu.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you just need to try. You just gotta put yourself in a different frame of mind where it's like the stakes are different. People aren't going to die. It's like just watch. It's like something. It's like somewhere between a slice of life and a shonen action series, like a battle manga. Just like if you can, I think you can find a respect for it if you think about it like this.
Let's not forget the
Uh,
wall of defense.
all defense.
Yes, that's what they have. That's what they've called another school in Haikyuu. Like every
Uh,
time they talk about that school, they bring it up. I swear I've heard it like 20 times in like 3 episodes.
I don't know. I don't go to conspiracy theorist part, but I feel like a lot of time in more grounded sports anime, especially, they have to really accentuate like the what's special about particular teams or moves to make it more interesting when it comes to anime crowd. So it's like, oh, this guy he can jump 2 meters in the air. Actually, that's pretty impressive. He can jump more. It'd be more like this guy can jump 30 cents. This guy, this job. I think 2 meters. Right. It's 2 meters actually. No, yeah, it is pretty impressive. He can jump. No, it'd be like he can jump 15 centimeters more than normal. That's,
That's hilarious. That is hilarious. He can jump 2 meters in the actually that's pretty impressive.
like it's even funnier when I think actually that's actually still possible though. I was like, no, I was like, no, 2 meters. That's wild. I shouldn't say that.
You
That's actually
impressed
crazy.
yourself with your like you impressed yourself.
You know, 2 meters. I was like 2 meters. Actually, that's actually that actually is going. If a character shows up, like think about it, somebody jumping 2 meters in like the NBA, that'd be like, yeah, that'd be impressive. I do think they do it all the time though, because when people dunk.
Oh, that's funny.
Uh, I could be grossly overestimating how much 2 meters is, or underestimating it. But anyway, that's not the point. Uh, So we're done. We're done with the news. It's time to talk about the first episode of season 3 of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Wait, say that again?
It's time to talk about the first episode of season 3 of
Okay.
That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
So where do we start?
We start
I
at the
guess at the start of
beginning.
the episode. Yeah. uh,
Okay, so the first part is them at the
damn.
Walpurgis. Like
Yeah, but like you can't just say Walpurgis to people that don't know what happened. Like for you to explain Walpurgis, you have to go all the way back.
See, this is what I was talking about last episode. I was like, do you want to talk about what we're going to be watching next?
We could have just not did slime. We could have watched something new, or at least had a separate episode to explain this. Because last episode was it was us talking about the next season, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah. Last. Wait a second. What was last episode? No, was that last? Was that? Never mind. We don't keep track of what we've done before. We're blazing trail for in the future.
It don't matter. So you don't really need to know much. I don't know why I said that. Walpurgis is this.
I'll explain. Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead.
So Walpurgis night or the Walpurgis event was just the meeting of the 8 demon lords. There are 8 demon lords across not Jura. What's the name of the world? Is there a name for it yet?
There's not a name for it. There's just the 8 demon lords who like control or manage or have power in various regions throughout the world.
Yeah. They all have their own separate regions that they control. And Walpurgis is the event that culminated in Rimuru at the end of the previous season because he slaughtered 200 humans?
2,000.
2,000, my fault. Severely under said that slaughtered 2,000 humans. It was in fairness. They attacked his country first. Killed him, summoned a demon lord called Diablo. That's kind of important.
No, okay, Diablo's not. He's not a demon. He's just a demon. He's not a demon lord. He's just
not a demon lord. He's a demon, but he is. He might as well be a demon lord. He's one of the
I do remember this being pretty confusing when I was watching the second season. Okay, so there's demons. There's like unofficial demon lords, and then there's official like true demon lords. I was like, okay.
But he's one of the 8 primordial demons who haven't all been introduced yet. We are going to get another one this season, I believe.
Yeah, there's one introduced in the movie. I forgot what the name. They actually don't have names, but they just refer to by different colors. So like Diablo's original like epithet was Neror, like the color black.
Which is pretty cool actually. But he was named by Rimuru. Basically, during the attack, they killed a couple of slime characters. I don't want to name them just in case somebody hasn't watched it. Killed a couple of characters, and to get them back, Rimuru had to slaughter 2,000 soldiers of the people that attacked him. And he ended up being promoted to Demon Lord and obviously went to the Walpurgis, where he met one of the main antagonists who was being set up for 2 seasons. I think Clover was being set up for 2 seasons, right? I think there are only 2 seasons. Well, at least the second season. So he got jumped at Walpurgis by Rimuru and crew after pleasantries of meeting the other 8 demon lords. And he ended up literally boxing him. It was Rimuru and Shion just on his head. They did not let this man breathe. And they ended up killing Clayman. Haven't you do learn an interesting little tidbit about what happens, or sort of like the backstory of what's going on? and that's where this season starts. Everyone's sitting at a table enjoying dinner. Some of the demon lords have left after the thing with Clayman getting killed, not because it was a fight, it was just because it was they already met for what they needed to discuss, which was Remedy becoming a demon lord. So see, this season starts off at World Purgus with the rest of the demon lords who mostly respect Rivida.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Is there any more we need to say about the last episode from season 2?
Uh, not really, unless we're getting into spoilers.
Yeah, we are. This will be a spoiler-filled review from this point on. Just a little bit. We're gonna be giving people a play.
Well,
This is so.
I don't want to reveal who gets. I'm gonna let people know someone dies, but I don't want to reveal who. So
Yeah, from this, okay, from this point when we get into like season 3 stuff, we'll be like talking about spoilers because this is meant to be like an in-depth review of the show. So we're giving people play by play. If we mention some other anime, we'll try to avoid spoilers if we like making comparisons. But yeah, just be warned, spoilers from this point on. Ooh, spooky.
ooh, um,
Okay.
so this episode, this the return to season is in a very slime way. It's lighthearted, very lighthearted. Slime is a very lighthearted show at its core. It's not really
Yeah,
dark.
yeah. It's kind of like I know you're gonna hate this comparison, but it's kind of like Overlord, but like with a soft touch to it. It's like no,
Right.
not soft.
You
Well,
would think, you would think, but I've made that connection. The reason I love Slime so much, it's literally for me just a better Overlord. Even though I watched Slime before Overlord.
uh, man, I was hoping I wasn't gonna have to edit. Thing. Somebody knocked on my door. All right, I had to edit that out. Ugh. All right, go ahead with what you were saying.
Slime is just a better Overlord for
It's
me.
not
I
for
don't.
me. It's just like sugar coated Overlord with or Overlord with a lot of shade on top. Where like with the most horrific and like blaze stuff will happen, but it's just like dismissed afterward or like painted in a different light. To where like from this episode, there's a lot of gruesome stuff that is displayed in this episode. And you're just like, aha, isn't that kind of funny?
I think I would enjoy it. Like for me, it's the main characters. Ruru is what I was not necessarily what I was thinking Ainz would be, or Ainz. How do I put this? Ainz was what Ruru was what I was hoping Ainz was like.
Mm.
Similarly, at least since I watched Slime first, because Ruru gets respect. Like they worship him, like they worship Ainz, but with Rimuru doesn't bow down to any particular subject. They're all friends of his. He doesn't like if one of them gets hurt, we saw what happens. Like Rimuru will
Yeah,
ride or die
yeah,
for his
yeah,
peoples.
yeah.
Ainz feels more like a black company to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Weird thing about Hines is that even though he's more callous than Rimuru, he's also has this inferiority complex when it comes to like basically anybody from the game that he played, even the NPCs. Is the reason he'll go along with their more crueler decisions or like suggestions is that he's afraid of them seeing him as not being fit to be the leader of On's old going. So, it's
Which
kind of,
proves that he isn't fit, ironically.
yeah. I mean, it's not a knock to Overlord. I think it's just like that's just to add a
Proves
layer
so
of
much.
complexity to it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
like I do like the. Cause the thing with Overlord, I really don't like Hans. Hans has no redeeming traits for me as a character. Like
So he has no bone. He has no backbone.
he has no backbone. He has no max flesh rather. Uh, he's just not fun to me. I can't have fun with this character. Not even when he's evil. I
Yeah.
can't like if he just decided to a whole village, I couldn't go like, oh, he did that. He did like no, I can't just rock with him. But if it was a different character, even though I don't really like Demiurge either. Wait, is that his name?
Demiurge,
Demiurge?
yes.
Yeah.
Demiurge.
Even though I don't really like Demiurge either, if Demiurge or Shoutier or
Or the main
Albedo was to
character.
like, yeah, any of the main like side characters, if they was like, yo, let's go kill him.
Yeah,
Why would
yeah.
we
I
get
mean,
away? Like,
man, that's
I'd be
that.
happy with it.
I mean, talking about it after all this time, I think that's a valid reason not to like the show. Just like you just don't vibe with the main character because he just has
Yeah.
different personality you're looking for in the main character. Like he. I mean, I think it's his best show, I guess, in this episode actually, and that Demiurge is kind of like a Diablo type of character. If you really think about it.
Horrific. Demiurge is the most evil of all of the servants. And I don't necessarily like him, not because of him being evil, but that's his only personality trait from what I've seen, because I haven't watched the recent season. Like, his only personality trait is, yeah, I'm evil.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
like
it.
it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of like Diablo in a way that they both have the same kind of relationship. Where they're very evil. At least Diablo has been hinted to be very evil. It's actually pretty chill, I guess, so far. Yeah, but
Like,
but they seem like they're supposed to be very evil. But
the
the
way
Rimuru
they
doesn't
have
have.
Diablo set up, for me at least, it seems like Diablo is loyal, but Diablo at the same time can like sneak off and do something crazy if he wanted to. Like Diablo has his own servants now. Like Diablo is loyal, but he can do whatever. Demiurge is fiercely loyal. He's fiercely loyal and evil, and that's it. Like
Yes,
that's
yes.
it for his character.
I mean, you're pretty much right. I mean, Demon has his own thing going on too. He has a bunch of things going on that I'm not even sure. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even tell Ainz all the stuff he has going on because he just thinks, oh, Ainz will agree with what I'm doing. Or Ainz probably wants me to do this anyway. So that's probably his motivation. He doesn't really have any motivation within himself because he just thinks. I mean, in a way, he kind of thinks Ainz has the same mentality for him on most things. So even if he did have his own motivations, it probably wouldn't matter because he just thinks Ainz agrees with him anyway.
But like,
Uh,
but I do like the way they do the rest of the characters. Like the rest of the characters, I can see reasonably compared to Slime. Like the only difference for Slime is the main characters
yeah.
for me,
Oh
really.
well, yeah. Yeah. I can, well, I'll bring it up later when we get to that part. But like, okay, so starting where we at? So we got to the part with while purchase. So
Yeah.
basically, all they're really saying is important. That's actually not really that important. Like in the grand scheme of the Slime's world, where they're just eating food and having a good time.
Yeah.
One thing to note is that Leon and Valentine, the vampire, who's the leader of like the church faction, I think, have both left or both leave at this point. Leon leaves at like the start of the episode, and Valentine has already left before the episode even starts. So that shows you their kind of relative distance from the rest of the demon lords.
I don't think any of the demon lords. None of the demon lords. The thing is, none of the demon lords really care about Walpurgis. The only reason like the other demon lords are there is because they find some interest in Rimuru. Like Rani is cool with Rimuru. Drain was with Rani. Trainee, the
I
druid.
I don't know. I have to look up
I
names
know
later.
one of their names was Trainee. I can't remember the other one, but like every demon lord that's still there is just there because they're cool with Rimuru. William, uh, Veldora is there, but Veldora isn't a demon lord. He could be, but he isn't. Guy took interest in Rimuru. Like the only people that are still there are just interested in Rimuru, pretty much by this point, because everything, like the whole reason for Walpurgis meeting is over. Like
Yeah,
it was just Windows introduction.
yeah. By this point, you're just eating. Maybe we'll get some new recipes from Raphael and guy gets to test out taste. I looked up. We were talking about this earlier, but he gets to try some of their wine. They made using Eurozania grapes.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. So
Okay, Eurozania is the basically the kingdom for the beast people.
mm,
Yeah, so they made like a trade offer like last season, like as long as Eurozania supplies them with like good fruit, um, Tempest will supply them with good wine.
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, guy tries something of it. He thinks it's good. Milliam also wants to try some. There's like a reward for her pretending to be manipulated for so long, and
Marina was treating her like a child, which is hilarious.
yeah, even though she says in this episode that she's actually the oldest Demon Lord, which I thought knew she's older than
Yes,
Sky,
she is. She
but I
was
didn't know she.
among the original dragons, like new drag, like before they became, or at least before the world changed so much to where Veldora, like this was like before Veldora went on his rampage. Like she was the original.
Yeah, yeah. But Vidor is older than Milliam though, because she is his niece. Yes, that's how it is. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
before a lot of important events happened.
yeah. She's so old that like time probably reset, and that's why she's so immature.
Uh,
Yeah,
let's
I
see
know
that.
this. Yeah, I know this here because they bring up that they didn't that even though she pretended to be manipulated, they didn't find anything about who was pulling the strings behind this whole incident from Clayman.
Even though we know, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
we
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah,
We do.
we know
Yeah,
what
we
you
know.
do.
Yeah, we know it's Yuki. Yeah,
Um, but that I don't think we're getting that this season. We are getting. I can't remember her name. Hinata. We're getting a
yeah,
Hinata fight
yeah,
this season for sure. For
yeah. I mean,
sure.
I don't know. It's like a at this point it's like a 70-25. Whether she shows up or not, depending on the opening. On the opening, like she was in the first season. She was in the first season opening, and she did not appear until the second season.
Yeah, but when she did show up, she was a dog. A lot of the entrance for this season shows that it's going to be because they showed like the group, the
Yeah,
church group, like the
I
high
do.
ranking church
Yeah,
goers.
I do think.
So
I do think it's gonna be a church season.
I think this is going to be an amazing season, man. But
Yeah, I did like we predicted it right. Yeah, I don't know. Remember in the last episode we did say this is probably gonna be the season was probably gonna be about the church because we couldn't think of anything
yeah.
else they had to fight.
um, but after that, they eat. River treats William like a child. Yada yada. They go back home. Um, this is really interesting because this whole episode is pretty much a flashback, like from this point on, because it's going over what Diablo did in the last season. At the end of last season, Diablo got a would it be a quest? No, a task. There it goes.
Yeah,
Diablo got a task by Rimuru to subjugate the kingdom that tried to attack them,
Falmouth. Yeah,
and yeah, Falmouth, and Sion ended up disfiguring, I think, the head guard, the head priest, and the king.
so yeah,
I
the
think
head
it was
mage.
Sion. That's what it was
Head,
implied.
yeah,
The head
yeah.
mage.
Rosin, yeah, was she? Rosin, is the head mage. Yeah,
So when we go to the flashback, we see Rosalind in a box, not Rosalind. We see the head priest, I can't remember his name, but we see the head priest talking to Diablo. They're all in like a box that's oozing purple because they're all just disfigured and lumpy due to what Shion did to them.
I wonder if she used her special skill with special cooking skill.
Well, like she
Cause like
did, like there's
they're
no
like
way
in
that
like
would,
pieces. Like it's so bad that they can't
yeah,
even show it.
like um, but
Like
Diablo is
makes you wonder how
talking
this
to
go off.
Diablo is talking to the head priest through the box, and he ends up I don't know why he was let out. Okay, I remember now. Diablo reconfigured the head mage because his goal was to get them back to the kingdom. And Razvan,
Yes.
the head proof was remade first. My fault. The head mage was second, but he tried to get the priest, or not the priest, the king of Fullmouth ahead of him, and he pledged his loyalty to not Demir, damn it, Diablo. He pledged his loyalty to Diablo, which the
Yeah.
head priest also did. They both proved their uh, priest. Wait,
Oh, the head priest is actually he's the
yeah.
archbishop of
Honestly,
he's
what is it?
archbishop of the whole
You,
church.
what is it? You
Yeah.
what? Food, food. I'm trying to remember
You
the
trying to remember?
word.
You trying to remember his? Are you
You
trying to
plead
remember his
loyalty.
name?
That's what I was trying to remember. Pledge. Yeah, they pledged their loyalty
Pledge.
um,
Pledge is what.
to
Uh, yeah, because
uh,
the archbishop's
yeah, you
name
have
is
the wiki pulled up.
Rayhan.
Uh, so yeah, being pledge loyalty to Diablo. And Jim make a very, not very interesting, but slightly interesting quote in which he says, the Rayhan family has been serving the king of Fullmouth for centuries or generations, and now it was broken because he just switched his loyalty from the king to Diablo, which is cool.
Mm, yeah, yeah. What I thought was kind of confusing to me is that it seemed like Diablo was going to kill the king anyway. So him pledging his loyalty in that moment was very like impromptu. It was very like you didn't need to do that, unnecessary, and ended up having to pledge because like once he asked something from Diablo was like, okay, I want to use this opportunity to ask something from you when he didn't really need to have to because he was going
I
to
also
kill
should
them
point
all
out that
anyway.
the only reason um, that mage pledged his loyalty to Diablo was because he wanted to give the priest's body back before his, and that was said that. I mean,
No,
that's a
on the
priest.
king's body.
Bro, this is just like, man, he tried to give the king his body back before him, and Diablo said, my promises come at a very high cost.
Yeah.
So in return, he pledged his unequal loyalty, loyalty. He pledged loyalty to Diablo.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Which another curious thing is like when did Rosin this is the same guy who I'm pretty sure last season tried to run away from the whole like people dying like the whole massacre.
Mhm.
Like where does loyalty to the king come from? Because it was not in last season. I'm not glitching. He was not that
It's
loyal in
been a
last season.
while
I'm pretty
since
sure
the
he tried to
last
get him.
season came out.
Uh, yeah, I guess for me it was a little bit. It was a lot later that I watched it, so memory's kind of more fresh. But yeah, it seemed like he kind of just became more loyal from since last season. He wasn't as prepared to sacrifice for the king. What's next? Okay, after that
Yeah.
part, it's the part where they go to the council of the nobles, right? And like Young shows up,
They're together. They're riding
and
together.
basically the whole thing is them trying to,
They're riding the whole way together.
huh?
The normal hero,
What was
him
that?
and they rode together. There's some separate carts. Like they were right by each other.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. There was no real reason for Young to appear because he appears like a little bit after Raisin tries to talk to them. I guess the reason was just to butt him up first before he shows up. So this whole thing is basically them telling, "Hey, Rimuru, Rimuru wasn't the cause of Eldora. Eldora just showed up because of the battle,
Oh,
and
no,
Rimuru was actually the one
they
to like
did
stop
try to
Eldora
strengthen
from
my at first.
discarding.
Because it wasn't like they were saying that Ruben pretty much wiped out their entire army. but it was worse when Vilmora showed up.
Yeah, basically, like yeah, they kind of they put the blame on Voldora, while Gaston and Rimmer
Yeah,
was just like this hero in the grand scheme of things, because like I guess he doesn't save Falmouth's army, but it does stop the Voldora from going any further. So there's a straight propaganda and like deceit. I was like, yeah, another just like this would be yeah, this maybe being Overlord. I don't know. It depends on if because it depends on what Oz really wants. It depends on whether Oz wants to hide something or he wants to like show off his power. But in this case, like I was like, I don't know. This is a bit iffy, but like, hey yo,
well,
it's
this is
Marvel,
all
so
to try and
I'm gonna
stop
give
the
them
war.
the pass.
Like,
But
um,
yeah, yeah. Because they don't want Remo to be,
oh
they
no,
want Remo to be
Diablo wants
feared, but they
to
don't
be
want him to be
feared.
that feared.
Diablo wants his name to strike fear in the hearts of
Yeah,
anyone
but
who.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I think they'll cover up the fact that Remo, killed 2,000
I think
people by
I
himself.
think
I
it's
feel like they
only
want to
because
cover that up,
Irumadu probably
just so
asked to.
cause yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remo probably
But
doesn't want
I do
everybody to
find it
know he
funny
did that.
how, every time Rozan or Raheem brought up a point, that one noble just kept talking out the side of his mouth. And, and, and
Oh
Diablo
yeah,
was
that
at the
one
back like
noble
he
that
was
no
going to
one showed
slaughter
up.
everybody,
Shut up.
bro.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that was an
Bro
act
what's his
on
name? But
Diablo's part.
Rozan had enough. Just froze him. Bro literally just couldn't take it. Just froze the
Yeah.
noble completely.
Yeah. Well, I think it goes back to Remu and Tempest. They're basically just discussing how
Yeah.
Diablo was able to return to the fast and what exactly is the plan from now on. So it just goes that they gave him a few options. One was that the king
They have to pay back.
abdicates his throne,
Yeah, pay reparations.
and
In a
they pay
currency
reparations.
that isn't conventional, by the way.
The other thing was Yeah. So at first I was a little bit confused. Maybe some of y'all will be confused too. It was like they said like silver coins are so expensive that they're hard for people to accept. Like people do not accept this currency because it's so expensive. And I thought, well, that doesn't really make sense. But then I thought about it. It's kind of like when you go to a gas stop and you they don't accept $100 bills because it's so expensive there. They probably don't even have the money to
Yeah.
pay it back,
They
change, if you
also
use it.
um
But
Romeo asked for the equivalent in yen. I don't know if he asked for the equivalent, but he was given the equivalent anyway. Okay, Raphael gave him the
he did.
equivalent
He did.
of
He asked
it
Raphael.
is
Oh,
ten
how much?
thousand that they asked for, and it is the equivalent of 1 billion yen, apparently. 1 trillion yen, my fault.
No, 1 trillion, which is if my math is correct, that is 6 billion and 500 million US
That was
dollars.
insane. But it's explained how that's pretty much their only option
Yeah,
because the other two options are to
yeah.
go to war again, which they already lost, so they're not going to do that. And the other one is to become a what is it? Yeah, vessel state of Jura,
Vassal
the
state.
Jura,
Vassal.
not force, tempest. Man, that's
Tempest. It's called Tempest.
bro.
This is
That's wrong
Tempest.
with me tonight.
This show is pretty complex. This is why I thought it would be perfect for like a just a review because like there's a lot of stuff that people might not know or gloss over or be wondering
Yeah,
about. We can
but
just go over it now.
yeah,
But
Diablo broke down why pretty much the only option is going to be to repay the 10,000 shilling or whatever it's called, and to force the king to abdicate the throne. Um, there's a little funny thing in between it with
yeah,
the
and then
boy wanting son, and
oh yeah
he
yeah
couldn't
yeah
get it because he
yeah.
told Diablo everything that happened at Walpurgis.
Okay, yeah, this is slime. We have like high level political subterfuge, and then it's like, well, oh no, Rimuru
I
took Vidor's
like how
purpose
it was
as a puppet.
explained that
Okay,
Barbara didn't even need to eat. Or like Limited was telling him like you don't even need to eat. Why do you want it? To which he just said, counterpoint, you don't need to eat either.
which is crazy, which is either super ironic or very fitting because Rimuru has like his gluttony skill, or like his or the skill which upgraded
that
into like what
Beelzebub,
was it,
Beelzebub,
Belphegor?
yeah.
Or no, Beelzebub. Yeah, yeah.
That's so
Belphegor is
cool by this point, though. Even though he was just sitting on the couch pouting, Raymond just gave him the little sat slime back. Yellow.
yeah. Yeah,
Fedora,
Fedora is like the
Fedora is
coolest
the
looking
coolest
character
character. Bro,
in the
just
show
and
so
he's
far.
just a weeb. He's just dragging the weeb.
Yeah, and he's just also like his place in the verse is so different from everybody else because like dragons in the story they get their respect. Dragons are just like these primordial beings who exist just like outside of, well, not outside of nature, probably at the very core of nature, and
Dragons are
they're akin to like nature
dragons are
spirits,
the characters you
and
don't
just like
fight with
only
in this show, and Fedora is just
yeah
comic relief
like
so much.
I think a good
Yeah.
example is like the big three in anime, right. Well, dragons are like the Dragon Ball of the anime community. Well, they are
Like
above the
I
big
don't
three.
think even the demon lords would have an easy time fighting it. Like the guy, one of the like the head demon lord, not necessarily the head demon lord, but he's the one that like hosts the Walpurgis.
Most
Yeah,
respect.
he hosts Walpurgis.
He
I don't
definitely
think
has the most
they
respect of all demon
care about
lords.
like the hierarchy. I think it's because Guy won't really attack people because Guy is like on his own realm. Like Rose is in his own world pretty much. But Guy's wife, friend, something.
I
Uh,
don't. I think it's a friend relationship. I think the wiki explains it. It's like a partner relationship. It's basically the same relationship
but
that
she's
Rimuru has
also
with
a
Fedora, as far
dragon.
as I
So
can
we
tell.
have three of the ancient dragons introduced.
Yeah. Only two, because Millen doesn't count.
She still,
She's
why
the
wouldn't
child
she
of ancient
count? She's
dragon.
still insane.
Yeah, I'm talking about like just like only. I mean, when you say dragon, it's like very in like
I
slime base. It's
guess.
like only like 4 or 5.
But we have the boy and we have her. I can't even remember her name though.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I think it's also. I think it also starts with V.
I don't know, brother and sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they are.
She didn't even go to the event. I don't know why she didn't go to World Purpose. I think she
Oh
just
yeah.
didn't care.
She's not exactly a subjugate or a servant of Guy, so
I mean, she actually did she want
she
to
wouldn't be
go there?
expected to be going.
Didn't she? Didn't she? And she just said she don't care.
Yeah. I think he probably did. You're probably right. I don't remember. So okay, at this point, yeah. So, oh yeah, basically just saying, but that because the king is going to be forced to abdicate, he's going to look to somebody else for help, and that person is going to be Yom, and Yom is going to Yom. If Yom allies with him, he's basically allying with all of Tempest because Yom is cool with Tempest,
They are
and
probably going to send soldiers. I do hope my boy
well,
Boba to get some more screen time.
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, I think the last thing they basically say is rumors brings up like, hey, well, if the new king that takes up the throne decides to get supporters from other countries and they're neighbors with them, and Dabbler's like we have like Fuze who's like a representative from that like like mage kingdom or whatever, and the Dwarf King are both awesome neighbors of Falmouth, and they're going to be putting pressure on the other neighbors to like avoid that. And then Dabo's also like if they do ally with Falmouth,
Yeah, I'm
I'll
pretty
take
sure
care of
Diablo
them.
can wipe out a country easily. Like I think of the characters
Yeah, yeah,
because they all scale insanely, but I think there are only like a few that can actually like destroy a city with ease, and that would be like Benimaru, Diablo, Rimuru, Veldora, Millium, and like the Demon Lords. Like that's it.
yeah. Yeah, we're basically at this point we're just sitting at the top, looking down. What was I gonna bring up at this point? Ah man, I had a dot. It was about. Oh yeah, it was about Diablo and Demiurge. Okay, so I was gonna bring this up since we got to this point, where the relationship with Ans and Demiurge is Ans always thinks Demiurge knows more than him and always follows his advice for the most part. While he trusts Demiurge completely, while you can see that Rimuru does not trust Diablo completely. He actually is very suspicious of Diablo, and there's even a point in this episode where he finds out Fedora has been leaking information about what's going on with Walpurgis to Diablo, and he's like, why'd you do that? And like even gets so angry that he takes like Fedora's of dessert from
And
him.
it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't think like Diablo could betray Rimuru, but I highly doubt it. So we are getting another primordial demon this
At
season
this
too.
point, yeah, this
Oh, is that her
primordial.
name?
Are you talking about Valentine?
I'm talking about the demon we met. I'm talking about the demon we met in the movie.
She's a demon lord.
She was coming this episode, or not this episode. This
Oh, is
season.
she
This
sure?
season. She was
Oh,
in the.
next
She was in
episode?
the. She was in the.
How, how'd you know that?
B. Yeah, she was in the OP. Because I was confused. I was looking at Raven and I was like,
Oh.
I know my boy looks feminine, but this is a little bit more feminine than I was expecting. I'm pretty sure that that was her. I don't think it was Raven.
Hmm. Oh. Yeah, I think that was a different character. I think that was Valentine, not the demon lord who showed up in the
What was
movie.
Valentine?
You're talking about the woman. You talking about the woman who was dressed up like a kind of like a maid
Oh,
with a black outfit.
she looked just like Raven.
She was with Vador. I feel like you
I
said that
said it
before,
to
but I think
the.
it's
I
just
said it to
coincidence
the
based on
character
art style.
when we watched the movie and we looked at that character. I said she looks just like Raven.
I think it's just good. I think it's
I'm
just
saying
coincidence.
it's it's easy for me
But anyway,
to it's easy for me
it's
to
still
see
different
her
character. I don't know, man. I
and
just
think
want
about who she is because she looks just like Rimuru.
Oh, I see. I see. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe after the podcast, you can show me what you're talking about. But you could. I mean, you could be right. I've only seen the opening a few times. I'm actually. It's pretty
It's all
good.
right.
Actually, how do you feel about the opening? Yeah. Definitely the last
I don't
opening is
remember the
my
One Punch
favorite.
Man openings. I gotta go back and listen to them.
It was. It was by Mindarin. It was
Man the
like
Ren? I don't
flames.
know them.
Okay. All right. Well, that's about it. The episode basically ends with Diablo saying he'll be able to take care of whatever happens, and yeah, a pretty good
Oh,
episode,
10
all
out of
things
10.
considered. Where
I
do you
love
rate
this
it?
episode.
Mm, I'll probably give it an, an eight. Yeah,
I'm
it's
giving it a
probably
10
be an
because it
eight.
doesn't
It's really
change
good. It's
anything.
really good.
It feels the exact same as the show did when it started.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I was reserve like nine. I feel like I was reserve like 9 out of 10s for like stuff that really impresses me or makes me like feel some kind of emotion, whether it's sad or hype or anything really in between. And this episode was like, but this episode was really well made. Like this episode had no really flaws at all. So I'm giving it 8 for a really solid episode. But like 9 10s were reserved for episodes just like that's just gonna stick in my memory.
Hmm.
That was amazing. That was
I'll give
incredible.
it a 10 just because I love it. I don't think
Okay.
I don't think I'm like really.
And then
It's not a lot that's gonna get me to 10 anyway.
Hmm. Yeah. I really do. I mean, used to have the philosophy of nothing can be a 10 because nothing's perfect. But now I'm like 10 doesn't represent
Love.
perfect. 10 just represents like top of the line. This is the best as it can get.
I mean, this ain't the best that it's gonna get, but it's amazing.
So yeah, but I would give this. Yeah. So I'll give 8 because like I mean because if this is your if actually now I'm thinking about if this is your 10, I'm like what kind of stuff you gonna give stuff to when stuff is actually happening. You're the problem. This is why we have S ranking and SS and like
I'm part of the problem.
You're the problem. You're part of the problem. Like when can things just be like okay or all right?
Look, if the show is amazing, the show is amazing. Okay.
This man's gonna have like this is my S plus. This is my S plus ranking. S plus plus plus.
See, I'm gonna just start saying S squared.
What does that even mean? What is S times S? That doesn't mean anything. All right. I think that's a good place. Oh wait, hold on. Do you got anything highlights for the week? Any other things you want to say about slime?
If you haven't watched them, I do highly recommend you watch it.
All right.
If you haven't watched Overlord, I highly recommend. If you do watch it, don't watch it for the main character. Watch it for the side characters. I mean, people like them. If you like them, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't, but you might like them. So watch Overlord, watch Slime, watch it all.
Yeah. These are the one. I like how like we constantly bash like Isekai, but I'm pretty sure some of our favorite anime are Isekai, and this is gonna be like one of our first like season review shows is Isekai as well.
You're a hypocrite.
We're hypocrites.
I can understand my love and hate for this genre.
Wait. It's like you can't just throw me on the bus like that.
It's okay. I'm a hypocrite in other areas.
Yeah. I think. I just think I won't go into it. There's a lot of good Isekai. A lot of bad Isekai. A lot of bad Isekai. I think what I do know.
Smooth outro. Hold on.